Peace, peace, good people, and welcome to the Goddess Spot Tarot. Coming on to give you guys a reading for Taurus. So if you're Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, or you just have a lot of Taurus placements in your chart, or you resonate with your second house, okay? Whatever the case may be, pull up. This could be a resourceful reading for you, okay? Newbies, OGs, and returnees, welcome to each and every last one of you. OGs and returnees, I thank you so much for coming back. Newbies, I hope that you do choose to subscribe and stay, okay? I welcome you here. I am a Taurus Sun with a Capricorn Moon, double Earth woman, so I be feeling the Earth energy, honey. I be knowing when things are going good, when they're hectic, when they're smooth, when there's turbulence, when it comes to the Earth signs, okay? I feel it. I'm an Aquarius rising, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't necessarily resonate with my rising sign, and I've talked to other astrologers about resonating with or not resonating with certain parts of their chart. I don't, but I will also say this: my Aquarius rising is at a very early degree. I mean, it's not the critical degree, but it's a very early degree. So to be honest, it really still feels like Capricorn. So that's probably why I just don't necessarily resonate with Aquarian energy. I'm not an air person at all, to be honest. I don't even have any other air placements in my chart, right? So, yeah, all of my earth energy and my fire energy really, really overrides that little bit of Aquarian rising energy that's in me. And I love that. I consider myself Saturn-based, really. And when I think about my sun sign, along with my moon and along with my rising, this is one of the first stones that I bought because it reminded me of me. Now this is a rhodonite, right? So, and I have it in raw, I have it in polished. I have a lot of rhodonite because I like to choose stones that resonate, you know, with my chart. And pink and black is really it really talks, it's me. The pink would represent my Taurus energy, my Venusian energy, right? And that black, okay, really does represent that Capricorn, dark, shadow, understanding of myself, play no games. When it comes to me, I'm very in alignment. I'm not really fluffy. My yays are yays and my nays are nays. Very Saturn-based woman. So when I wear my rhodonite, when I work with my rhodonite, it is me merging those energies. That's what I see when I merge my rising sun and moon. I see rhodonite crystal, okay? Anywho, I only said that to let you guys know that my Taurus readings are normally very, very spot on, okay? Spirit will also give me messages within my Taurus readings, so it's always a surprise for me as it is for you guys to see what Spirit is going to say, okay? All right, so get another good shuffle. I know the cards are ready to talk because they're already popping out. Okay, I guess they say, look, stop shuffling us and go ahead and get these cards. And the jumpers, go ahead and receive. And the jumpers, go ahead and receive. Okay, so let's see what did come out. All right, so the Two of Cups and the Awakening. Two of Cups and the Awakening, okay? Many of us Tauruses may be for sure, okay, waiting for a higher love. I think we see things differently now. There was something that may have taken place where you now see the importance of union. You now see the importance of a truce, okay? The awakening is Hanged Man energy. very indicative of experiencing something. Maybe your life was turned upside down, okay? Putting you in a position to pause and reflect, or pause and release, or pause and allow those light bulb moments to come on. Either way, being in this position is not a bad thing, simply because there were some things that probably needed to come to surface and then fall away, right? Before you could bring about something different, okay? We'll talk about this in just a second. Many of you have experienced tower moments, okay? Went through a lot of many, M-A-N-Y, many, M-I-N-I, transformations. And for some of you, you went through some big transformations, okay? I myself lost my father in June, so that was a big transformation for me, right? My whole 8th house was lit up like bombs over Baghdad. Okay? Losing my lifeline, losing my father, one of my lifelines. We come here with 2 lifelines, a mother and a father. But yeah, losing one of my lifelines here in the physical realm, and helping him transition over into ancestorhood, and now he's still a lifeline, but just from an etheric standpoint, right? But nevertheless, that was a very turbulent transformation for me. This temporary pause, for whomever, however you experienced it, is what is tapping you over into this energy here. It's a blending, it's a merging that I'm witnessing, right? It's a merging. Many of you, somebody is coming back, and they may not be in the form of anything that you remember. When I say coming back, I don't know if they were different when you met them versus how they're going to be now, or maybe you had them in a past life and they're coming back, same energy, a kindred spirit, but just in a different body. I do believe that you're going to know who they are, and it's going to be a very celebratory energy. Whether you know who they are or not, you're going to know this person by the way they re-enter your life. So when I say celebratory, you guys may have a mutual person that you don't yet know is going to invite y'all to something, a birthday party, a baby shower, a wedding, okay? Something where there's going to be celebratory energy going on. And that's when you're going to recognize, oh, this is my person. You won't be hit with it won't be all of a sudden. You're going to know. It's going to be it's like you're just going to know. Something about this union is going to bring about this. It feels like maybe he or she may have been in or going through, or have just recently come out of something that you're going through or that you're currently in. So they're going to be able to help you through something, help you with something. It's like y'all are both in a very similar life cycle right now. He or she may have lost a parent. For those of you who are resonating with this, because it is pertaining to transformation of a loved one, right? For those of you who may have just finalized your divorce, okay? Well, maybe he or she just finalized their divorce. It's like whatever you're going through, they're going through it too. So that's what's going to, I keep saying merge. That's what's going to bring y'all together. It's almost like your ancestors and his or her ancestors are working in tandem to put y'all on the same frequency. So when you meet each other, it'll be just a beautiful, familiar energy that both of y'all are seeing in one another, right? Through now, not trauma bond. Don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about trauma bonding. I'm talking about experiencing similar events, not even knowing that each other were experiencing these events. And when you meet one another, the conversation is going to be very, it's just going to flow because you all have both been going through very similar experiences. You understand what I'm saying, Taurus? It's going to be a very compatible conversation. Both of y'all probably need companionship right now. You're not looking to jump into anything, but both of y'all are kind of like, look, you know, I need someone who understands that this is where I'm at in my life. And then he's or she is going to be like, oh, wow, I feel the same way. Like, it's just going to be a perfect connection. Okay? So get on out of the house, Taurus, because if you're invited somewhere, 9 times out of 10, your person is going to be there. And again, it could be somebody from the past, like your teenage years, or you know, maybe even somebody you once dated way back in the day. It feels like it's way back, though. This don't feel like somebody you just stopped talking to 3-4 years ago and they've come back around. No. This feels more like past, childhood, grade school. You know, I know some people's past is a little further back, right? But it just feels like, you know, teenage, early 20s past, or past life. So there's just a remembrance of this energy that could be in a different body, but both of y'all are going to feel like, I've met you before. I know you. I know you. I just don't know how. That's that past life deja vu type energy. Okay, so place the energy where it belongs, right? If you're resonating with this so far, Taurus, hit that like button if you haven't. Subscribe if you have not. Okay, listen, 6 of Cups, somebody from the past. I knew it. I felt it. I really felt it. And look, I like how on here is depicted how, you know, earlier when I said that your ancestors are going to bring y'all together. So I like the fact that that angel is there, because it's almost like circumstances are going to realign y'all. Okay, circumstances are going to do that. Because you're seeking something bigger, better, more purposeful. This is the 8 of Cups. When the 8 of Cups shows up, that lets me know that you're seeking something meaningful. Something happened that made you, I'm not saying that you were shallow, Taurus, but I am saying that maybe things in your past really held no purpose. Maybe you were just going with the flow, you know, but whatever this transformation is that you've experienced, be it a divorce, be it the death of a loved one, being the loss of a job, maybe having to relocate, losing a home, just, you know, whatever the case may be, your mini transformation brought you to a mindset where you're now seeking a deeper meaning, a deeper connection, not just with your own life, but even within other people, right? It's like you have been awakened to a higher purpose, right? A higher purpose. Now, I'm not shocked that this card came out, because I've been saying it, okay? Transformation. I know that Tauruses have experienced a lot of transformations. Now, of course, everybody's transformation is going to be different. As I mentioned for myself, it was the transcending of my dad, but place the energy where it belongs to you. Okay, something significant has happened in the collective lives of Taurus that has brought about this Hanged Man energy. It threw you into a think tank type mode. Some of you took yourself off the scene and are allowing yourself to sit in solitude and really digest what took place, digest your transformation. And I can tell that you're trying to find the silver lining. You're trying to find how has this experience, number one, how has it changed you, but how can you use it to level up? See, many of you, you're not playing the old woe me, the victim energy at all. Or you're not playing the you're not staying in grief and mourning and bereavement of whatever the loss was, because I know this was a loss. This transformation came through by way of loss. Now, again, loss of a loved one, loss of a job, loss of a relationship, loss of a business. It was some type of loss, but you're taking it in stride and you're trying to see, where do I go from here, for sure. But but more than anything, you're trying to turn the pain into power. Some of you may be trying to turn the pain into profit. Some of you are trying to turn the pain into passion, or turn your pain into something prophetic, right? So place the energy where it belongs. But nevertheless, you are navigating the situation beautifully. Yes, you dealt with someone transforming, okay, or a situation transforming, but it's also transforming you. It's also transforming you, okay? Because I think what's happening now is some of the old ways that you used to think just have transcended with this situation. It died as well. Some of your old belief systems, some of your old thoughts died along with the experience of the loss. So it kind of made room. Those of you who are well on to your spiritual journey, you understand exactly what I'm saying. For those of you who don't have much spirituality, you're still very 3D when it comes to the experiences and the events that happen here in this dimension. You may not understand what I'm saying, okay? But you're on your way, so just keep going, okay? Just keep walking, keep moving forward, one day at a time, one moment at a time, 1 hour at a time. Just walk your way into that level, into that mastery. And don't let nobody rush you, okay? Because it takes a while to understand the level of spirituality that a lot of us have who've been on the path for years, right? So, anywho, this transformation came through to awaken you, okay? The transformation came through to awaken you, okay? In the process of the awakening, you're going to meet someone who's going to help you, and you're going to also help them understand why all of this had to unfold the way it unfolded, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this Queen of Wands, and I love this card. We're currently under a new moon in Leo energy, okay? And Mercury is currently retrograding in Leo. So we are being entangled and entwined and doused with fire energy, even though I'm not talking to fire people, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever season we're in, that's the energy that all of us will be challenged with or inspired by, okay? But what I love this card coming out for is, Taurus people, we've definitely been given a boost, okay? A jolt. Some fire has been lit under Taurus by way of this transformation. Maybe you've been dragging your feet. Maybe the loss really woke you up, Taurus, okay? Again, me losing my father really woke me up. I got the memo. I understand what that experience is telling me, for sure, right? So I hope that you're able to dissect what your experience is telling you, right? Never let a transformation come into your life and you don't get the gems out of it. Every experience, no matter how high, how low, how dark, how light, how exciting or how devastating, everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson, and it is up to you to navigate the experience. It is up to you to digest what you need from it and release what you don't. Cut the meat, trim the fat, okay? But you have everything you need, okay? I do know that I'm speaking to some Tauruses that are back in alignment with their magic, back in alignment with their insight, back in alignment with their intuition, back in alignment with their creativity. There's a lot of things that have come back online for you, okay? Back online for you. So you're magnetic right now. You're very magnetic right now. I think I'm speaking to a few Tauruses who may be, I don't know why. I don't know why I seen in my mind's eye someone taking vitamins. Who am I talking to? Somebody just started taking vitamins. Some of you just went somewhere here recently and purchased vitamins, okay? And maybe they're for a very specific reason. I don't know. It doesn't feel like I'm talking to somebody who is always taking vitamins. It seems like you went and purposely bought something for energy. Okay, that's very specific. Only a few of you are going to resonate with that, and of course you'll know that it's you because you're the one that just went somewhere and purposely and intentionally about vitamins. Okay, but you definitely I think you know that you're in a new space, Taurus, which is going to require you to possibly do some new things. That's what I'm telling you. When you get this invite, because I believe that I'm talking to some of you who are going to get invites. And even though on the surface it's going to look like an invite, all my friends getting married, all my friends having a birthday party, all my friend, or my cousin, or my cousin's husband's sister, whoever is going to invite you to this event, this celebratory event. It's bigger than you going and showing your support. Somebody's going to be there that you are supposed to meet. I'm telling you that, it's in alignment. This is all in alignment. Nothing is ever just coincidence. Everything is always synchronistic, okay? So make sure you go to that event. Absolutely. See, listen. Badly. First of all, you have a lot of major arcanas out here, Taurus, okay? Hanged Man, Temperance, Judgment, Transformation. Big goddess energy, big king queen energy. And I say that because major arcana to me come out for people who are awakened. You're not getting little court cards from where you're still a knight or you're still a page. You're still trying to find your way through. No, I'm talking to people who know. That's why I said I know I'm speaking to people who are spiritually inclined. You're well versed on some things spiritually. So now you're being challenged, encouraged, and even inspired to go to that next level, to understand your transformations, to understand what your higher self is saying to yourself, right? So if you're here and you are a seasoned cosmic being, you know exactly what this reading is saying to you, right? I know you do. I know you do. Everything is on the back of this transformation. Everything that I'm saying is coming off the back of this transformation. It doesn't matter what the transformation was, though. That's what I want you to understand. It doesn't matter what it was. There was some flavor in it that you were supposed to taste. Even if it felt like or tasted like pain, there was some seasoning in this transition. It was. Okay. Now, for a few of you, your transformations have been so minute, but you've been going through a lot of them. So for y'all are the ones that's going through the mini ones, M-I-N-I. It's little bit. Some of y'all went through one big one, and a lot of y'all have went through several little bitty ones. Okay, so I got a message for those of you who are going through several little bitty transformations, but they're back to back to back. Like you feel like you just can't seem to catch a break. Totally different from those of us who experienced one big catastrophic one, right? Those of you who are going through the mini M-I-N-I transformations, there's an ego death trying to happen with you. Okay? Let it go. That's why you're cycling and going through so many little bitty ones. It's trying to lead you up to something. So check in with your own spirit. Check in with your own intuition. Don't hold on to nothing that the universe is clearly trying to get you to let go. You're only setting yourself up to continuously loop until you get the lesson. Okay, but yeah, those of you going through those mini ones back to back to back, yeah, that's personal. As far as there's something trying to transform within you, there is something trying to die in you that needs to be renewed. Okay, and most of the times it starts with that ego. Some of y'all got some ego trips that you need to come up off of. Unpack them bags. Don't go on that trip no more. Okay. I'm going to pull a few more cards and then I will wrap this reading up. I hope that this has been a resourceful reading for you, Taurus, okay? If you have Leo placements, check your Leo placements. For those of you who are, well, for anybody who's resonating with this, check where your Leo placements are, because there could be just there could be a wash rinse cycle still trying to happen in that area, meaning that it's something that's still trying to get cleared and cleaned out, okay? So you won't have to loop in it. Some of y'all might be missing the memo on what is trying to be washed out of your life. Check your Leo placement, because that could be the area that is that you're looping in, okay? I'm getting the energy of Cancer. Okay, I'm getting the energy of Cancer. I'm getting the energy of Gemini. So check, you may have Gemini in the 5th house. You may have Cancer in the 5th house. The 5th house is Leo's house, okay? Or you just could have these placements. You could be a Taurus sun with a Gemini moon. You could be a Taurus sun with a Cancer moon, okay? Of course, they could be talking to any sign in any Taurus sun with any moon, okay? Or you could be another sun sign with a Taurus moon. But I am specifically picking up on Gemini and Cancer energy, okay? Yeah, you definitely have to go through the wash, rinse cycle completely, okay? Some of y'all might be stopping the process before it gets an opportunity to complete, which means you got to start it all over. You got to start it all over. You're holding on for dear life because you don't want to let something go. Okay? But something has to be let go. It just got to be let go. And only you know what it is, and only you can do it. Because the universe, there are times when the universe will just shake your shit and say, okay, this person ain't got sense enough to let it go, so let me come through and, demolish it. But then there's sometimes when the universe will say, nope, not going to infringe on that individual's free will. If they want to keep bumping their head and looping in this situation, I'm going to let them loop until they get it. So I feel like I'm talking to some Tauruses who are just continuously looping, okay? In a situation, in a scenario, you won't let the transformation happen. So you can't renew. You can't even awaken. You're off track. You're not balanced. You have no power, okay? Because you won't update your software. Your motherboard is malfunctioning because you keep staying in an outdated system that's trying to get you to update, okay? One more card, and then I'm going to close this reading up. One more card. This is a really good reading, Taurus. So again, I hope that you do resonate with it. I hope that you comment. If not, that's okay. As long as you watch it and you deem it resourceful, right? The King of Cups. So he is that person that you're getting ready to meet. Whether they be male or female. We know that tarot readings are not gender specific, but here's your person. What's going to come out of this for those of you who are who are seeking compassion, compatibility, and companionship is going to be somebody very trustworthy. Okay, somebody that you can talk to, they understand. Is that not what I said up here? You've probably been through the same things. You're probably both emotional because of your transformation, but a healthy emotional. So you're seeking someone who is that you're seeking somebody that you can let see you cry. You're seeking someone who understands, respects, and honors your vulnerability. Somebody who you can openly and willingly and safely be transparent with, right? For sure. Okay. Romance is going to, and listen, I'm snapping it up for this because I definitely feel this for myself as well. So I'm not just reading y'all, okay? A lot of this is making sense for me too, okay? But there's a romance. This is the start of a new romance that came off the back of a very turbulent transformation. Okay? Okay, again, place the transformation where it belongs, but a very yeah, I feel, listen, there's been some cold, lonely nights for a lot of you, whether it was just recently or it's been across the span of a certain amount of time. Cold and lonely, not because you were desperate and thirsty for anybody. Cold and lonely because your soul only ached for a certain type of person. But you had to go through this transformation, get this awakening, so you could unlock the next level of what it is that you deserve. And what is it that you deserve? A person who understands who you are now. Because maybe prior to this transformation, you were not even ready for this person. And prior to their transformation, they were not ready for you. See, this is bigger than the loss. I keep saying that. It's bigger than the loss. The loss is what's about to bring about this beautiful connection. You know how things sometimes, you know how you got to be triggered. And not to mention that Uranus is finally out of our ass, okay? If you don't know anything about the planets, Uranus was in Taurus from, I believe, 2018 up until a couple of weeks ago. It has finally shifted over into Gemini. So we've been dealing with a lot of Uranian energy for the last 5-6 years anyway, Taurus. So we just couldn't seem to get our feet solid on the ground because Uranus comes through and shakes your shit. Every time you thought you had something good and solid, Uranus came through with a tower moment. Okay, that's why I know that it's just, you know, the experiences and the turbulence and the transformations that each of the Tauruses have experienced has been different. Some of you, it's just the relationship just could never get solid. So it was, even if it was with the same person, it was always something, or it was always a different person. You just, every time you thought you met somebody that was worth it, then you find out that they not. Boom. Now you gotta, you back on the prowl and you gotta find somebody else. For those of you, and that to me, that sounds more like, well, I won't say that. I don't want to throw any sign out there, but yeah, those of you who know that part that's your experience, right? Your transformation is having partner after partner after partner after partner, and they just keep letting you down, right? Then some of you, it was about jobs. Okay, it was about your jobs. Like you always getting fired, or you was always having to quit. It was always something when it came to your money. Okay, for those of you, and I'm talking about because of Uranus just in the signs, because it was going to trigger different areas in our lives, right? You can also check where Uranus is in your chart to see if that's the area that kept falling down throughout these last 5-6 years, right? Because Uranus comes through and it does not allow, and people are afraid of Uranus, but Uranus is okay because it wants you to keep tearing things down and building better. If you get too complacent, if you get too comfortable, Uranus is like, nah, you're not even living top tier. You're not even living your best life. That's not even the best decision. That's not even you're not anywhere close to your potential. So Uranus is going to keep coming through and shutting shit down until you're at a level that is worthy of who you are. Okay, so a lot of humans do live under, beneath their own potential. So when Uranus comes around in your sign, that's what it's doing. It's saying, oh, no, you're not going to make me look bad. I got a job to do. Let me come through and knock that shit down. He's not good for you. She's not good for you. Or you're not good for him. You're not good for her. Matter of fact, that's not even the person you need. I got somebody else for you. So let me set up this other type of transformation so I can put you and him, or you and her on the same frequency, so y'all can meet, because this is what you need. This, but you got to go through this in order to even get it. So listen, you got to just understand how life unfolds, and you can't take everything personal. You feel your feels, but you don't hold on to them. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm saying with us, Taurus. Okay, and may each and every last one of you get the life that you deserve, get the partner that you deserve, get the job, the wealth, the career, whatever it is that you're seeking that is supposed to come out of this transformation. May you receive it under grace and in perfect ways. Okay, but you can't miss the memo. Don't miss the memo. The memo is important. And the memo is going to come by way of several different things. So that's one reason why you have to be very awakened, so you can hear, so you can see. So those light bulbs will come on, and you have those aha moments, right? Those aha. All right, Taurus, this is where I conclude. I hope that you do choose to subscribe and stay. If you haven't, like. If you haven't, and yeah, comment, let me know if you resonate with this. Ashe. Bye-bye.